My Weird School. Fast Facts. Dinosaurs, Dodos, and Woolly Mammoths. Written by Dan Gutman. Pictures by Jim Pellot. Chapter 6. Dinosaur Jokes. That last chapter was pretty serious, so let's take a break and do some dinosaur jokes. I'll start. Why can't you hear a pterodactyl using the bathroom? Because the P is silent. What do you call a dinosaur with one eye? Do you think he saw us? Why did the dinosaur cross the road? Because chickens hadn't evolved yet. Why didn't the dinosaur cross the road? Because there were no roads back then. What do you get when dinosaurs crash their cars? Tyrannosaurus rex. What does a triceratops sit on? Its tricerabottom. What makes more noise than an iguanodon? 2 iguanodons. What do you get when you cross a pig with a dinosaur? Jurassic Park. Why did the Apatosaurus devour the factory? It was a plant eater. What did dinosaurs use to make their bathroom floors? Reptiles. What do you call a dinosaur with a big vocabulary? A thesaurus. What do hadrosaurids eat on camping trips? Dinosaurs. How do you invite a dinosaur to lunch? T-Rex? What has 3 horns and 4 wheels? A triceratops on a skateboard. Why did the Diplodocus put a bandage on its leg? He had a dinosaur. Where do dinosaurs go to buy birthday presents? Toysaurus. Get it? Toys for us? What do dinosaurs have that no other creatures have? Baby dinosaurs. Why did the ankylosaur catch the worm? Because it was an early bird. Why are there so many old dinosaur bones in museums? Because there aren't any new dinosaur bones. What do you call a 50-foot dinosaur that weighs 100 tons and has carrots stuck in its ears? Call it anything you want. It can't hear you. When can 3 dinosaurs get under an umbrella and not get wet? When it's not raining. Which dinosaur could jump higher than a house? All of them. Houses can't jump. What weighs 100 tons and sticks to the roof of your mouth? A peanut butter and Argentinosaurus sandwich. What do you call a one-legged Allosaurus? Eileen. How did the velociraptor feel after it ate the pillow? Down in the mouth. Why aren't there any dinosaurs around anymore? Because their eggs stink. How many Giganotosaurus can fit in an empty box? 1. After it gets in, the box isn't empty anymore. What do you get when a Megalosaurus blows its nose? Out of the way. Why don't theropods attack people staring at them in museums? Because they have no guts. What do you call somebody who puts their right arm in the mouth of a T-Rex? Lefty. Chapter 7. Random cool dinosaur fast facts. Here's a trivia question you can use to stump your parents. Guess what animal is the closest relative to the Tyrannosaurus Rex? The chicken. How big were dinosaur eggs? Some were tiny, but others were as large as basketballs. If you happen to be in a car with your family driving down Seminole Drive in Cabazon, California, don't freak out when you see a gigantic Tyrannosaurus Rex next to an equally huge Brontosaurus. Denny the dinosaur is just a Bronto-shaped building, and Mr. Rex is just a sculpture. Actually, there are dinosaur statues all over the United States. You can find them in Port Orange, Florida, Cave City, Kentucky, Ossinek, Michigan, Chautaw, Montana, Arizona, Holbrook, Sun Valley, and all over California, Alpine, Apple Valley, Half Moon Bay, Yermo. Those are just a few places. There's only one place in the world where it's legal to hunt dinosaurs, Vernal, Utah. Thousands of dino skeletons have been discovered in Utah, so in 1951 somebody got the bright idea of giving out official dinosaur hunting licenses to tourists. Because of their size and the amount of plant fodder they had to consume, scientists think that sauropods had fermentation chambers in their stomachs, and that would have made them pass gas constantly. Wait, so you're saying that scientists fart a lot? Not scientists, dumbhead, sauropods. How many years did an average dinosaur live? Paleontologists estimate that the longest living dinosaurs could have lived to be 70 to 80 years old. That's older than my grandpa Bert. Some of the largest dinosaur skulls were as long as a car. Not only that, but some cars are as long as a dinosaur skull. The dinosaur with the longest name is... I needed to take a deep breath. Micropachycephalosaurus. Whew, that was a mouthful. It means small, thick-headed lizard. Speaking of mouthfuls, it took a really long time for hadrosaurs to brush their teeth in the morning. They had over 1,000 of them. You realize, of course, Arlo, that dinosaurs didn't brush their teeth. Well, no wonder they became extinct. They should have used better dental hygiene. As long as we're on the subject of dinosaur teeth, did you know that a single Tyrannosaurus Rex tooth was nearly a foot long? How long was a married Tyrannosaurus Rex tooth? The biggest plant-eating dinosaurs could eat as much as a ton of food a day. A ton, that's 2,000 pounds of plants. I'm telling you, they should have gone on Weight Watchers. It worked for my mom. Dinosaurs roamed the earth for about 165 million years. Do you know how long humans have been around? Yes, we've been around ever since they started printing calendars. No, Arlo. Humans have only been around for 2 to 3 million years. In museums, you see dinosaur skeletons made from hundreds of bones, but most dinosaur species are known from just a single tooth or bone. Mary Anning was a fossil hunter who lived in England during the 1800s. She discovered the fossils of a bunch of dinosaurs, like ichthyosaurs, plesiosaurs, and pterosaurs. In 1846, she became an honorary member of the Geological Society of London, but she wasn't allowed to become a regular member. Why? Because she was a woman. Not fair. By the way, legend has it that Mary Anning was the inspiration for the famous tongue twister She sells seashells by the seashore. In 1993, Toronto was awarded an NBA team, and Canada held a nationwide contest to come up with a name for the team. Thousands of suggestions poured in, and some of the top vote-getters were beavers, bobcats, dragons, grizzlies, hogs, scorpions, and tarantulas. But the winner was, of course, the Raptors. The logo of the Toronto Raptors is a dinosaur dribbling a basketball. For many years, people in China would grind up dinosaur bones and use them to make medicine. Why? They thought the bones were from dragons. You've heard of official state birds, state flags, and state flowers. Well, here are some official state and district dinosaurs. New Jersey, Hadrosaurus folki. Wyoming, Triceratops. Guess what married women and dinosaurs have in common? I give up. Sometimes they change their names. In 1877, when the bones of a giant sauropod were found in Colorado, the species was named Apatosaurus. That means deceptive lizard. Later, the name was changed to Brontosaurus, thunder lizard, when some similar but larger bones were found. And then, years later, when scientists figured out that those Brontosaurus bones were actually adult Apatosaurus bones, the name was changed back to Apatosaurus again. As of today, scientists recognize that Brontosaurus is actually a distinct genus from Apatosaurus. Sheesh, they should make up their minds. When the U.S. Postal Service issued 4 dinosaur stamps in 1989, they got complaints because they labeled one of them Brontosaurus instead of Apatosaurus. Speaking of Apatosaurus, in 1930, the Sinclair Oil Corporation started using a drawing of one, then called Brontosaurus, in its advertising. It was nicknamed Dino, and kids loved it. A 70-foot-long dino made out of fiberglass was put on display at the 1933-1934 Chicago World's Fair, the 1939-1940 New York World's Fair, and again at the 1964-1965 New York World's Fair, which drew over 50 million visitors. After touring the country, Dino retired to the Dinosaur Valley State Park in Glen Rose, Texas. You can still see him there today. Some dinosaurs were not as heavy as they looked. Why? Because most meat eaters had bones that were hollow. Birds have hollow bones too. Dinosaurs in the movies. Almost as soon as movies were invented, there were dinosaur movies. The first one was called Prehistoric Peeps in 1905. It was based on a cartoon in the magazine Punch. Sadly, no copies of that movie survive today. Hey, maybe someday somebody will dig one up, like a dinosaur. In 1914, a silent animated movie called Gertie the Dinosaur was released. It's adorable, and you can watch it on YouTube. There have been lots of dinosaur movies since then. The Lost World, 1925, King Kong, 1933, Fantasia, 1940, Journey to the Center of the Earth, 1959, 1 Million BC, 1940, The Land That Time Forgot, 1974, Baby, Secret of the Lost Legend, 1985, The Land Before Time, 1988, Dinosaur, 2000, and Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs, 2009. But perhaps the most famous dinosaur movie was Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park in 1993. It was based on a book about scientists who toured an island theme park filled with dinosaurs that were brought back to life from their DNA. The dinosaurs break free of the fences and start chasing the scientists around. My parents won't let me watch that movie. They say it's too scary. I saw it. It is scary, but it's cool too. To make a scary roar, they took the sounds of a tiger, an alligator, and some baby elephants and put them together. They made the roar of the Dilophosaur by combining howler monkey howls, hawk screeches, rattlesnake hisses, and swan calls. It's hard to fit a big dinosaur onto a little TV screen, but it has been done. In the 1960s, one of the most popular cartoons was The Flintstones. It was about a prehistoric family, and they had a pet dinosaur named Dino. He was a purple and black Snarkosaurus. Dino acted like a friendly dog, jumping up on Fred Flintstone's lap and licking his face. In one episode, he even did household chores like answering the phone, dusting, and ironing. In the 1990s, there were 2 dinosaur shows on TV, Barney and Friends and Dinosaurs. Barney was a big, goofy, purple dinosaur who would sing goofy songs, dance goofy dances, and play goofy educational games with his crew of goofy kids. 2 of those kids grew up to be stars, Selena Gomez and Demi Lovato. Dinosaurs was a sitcom that was started by Jim Henson, who created the Muppets and some Sesame Street characters. The series was about a family of dinosaurs that had evolved to the point that they did normal human stuff, like go to work, wear fuzzy slippers, eat donuts, watch TV, and hit one another on the head with frying pans. Well, that last one wasn't very normal.